there anything about your appearance that they need to get right in the game?
For sure the smile, for sure.
Definitely the hair, the headband. That's kind of.
Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. For the Utah Jazz, they come in off a good outing against Miami. And that result, guys, was a real shocker. It was just about as complete a dominant performance as we've seen them.
Yeah, and that one, they just locked it down defensively, challenged shots, and really protected the rim.
Boy, I tell you what, I think you got to really appreciate the grit, getting dirty, staying engaged. That's really what defense is all about.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, we've got Dennis Schroeder. Rudy Gay is out there with Ben Simmons. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Horford in at the 5. Here's Horford, following the basket by Mason Plumlee. Here's Schroeder. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game. You know how this goes, Clark. Some guys check the standings every morning. Others won't look at it at all. They'll try to avoid it. What was your approach?
Well, you know, we were struggling as a team during my time in the NBA with the Pacers, so I wasn't doing too much standing watching. But for those guys that are thinking about it, it varies. Individuals look at it differently. I would be a guy who wouldn't want to see it all the time. That's like getting on the scale every day. That wouldn't serve me too well.
Craig passes the ball. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense is determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to speak with Quinn Snyder just before the game. He understands they're facing a team that can put up points in a hurry. He said they need to put forth a great effort defensively to prevent scoring runs. They can't afford to let those guys get hot and stay hot. We'll see who wins the battle of wills here tonight.
All right, David, sounds like they're very concerned about preventing an early run by their opponent.
No doubt. You don't want to play catch-up if you can avoid it. They're going to lean on their defense to try to keep this game in check.
Yeah, and you know, it's a tall task. Great offense tends, in most cases, to beat great defense. They've got their work cut out for them.
Now, here's LeVert.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Gay. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
That is a shot Gay will never pass up. If he's got the room to get it off, he'll let it fly as soon as he touches it.
Here's LeVert. And no good that time. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And guys, Caris LeVert can do so much while he's on the basketball floor. The problem for LeVert is just staying on the basketball floor.
Yeah, injuries have really slowed him down the last couple of years, Greg, and it's unfortunate because this kid's an outstanding player. He gets it done in every way as a wing scorer. He can make plays, he can defend, he can score the ball. LeVert says he tries to model his game after Penny Hardaway, and if he can stay healthy, I don't think that comparison's too far off.
So it's the Jazz now. The Bulls getting the bucket. Horford finds Schroeder. Shoots over LeVert. Rebound by the Bulls. Porzingis looking it over. Passes it to Ball. Plumlee with it. Outside, Porzingis. It's LeVert on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
Boy, he's getting smarter at reading these situations, guys. LeVert's basketball IQ and pick and rolls ascending.
Now here's Schroeder. Jazz passing it around. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Trains the three-pointer. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
LeVert against Schroeder. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Porzingis. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And, you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
Matter of fact, a lot of his points came from the stripe. He was feeling it. And, guys, I think that's a tribute to his work ethic. I mean, it's not by accident that he's enjoying the success he is at the free throw line.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the Jazz. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. What do you guys think about the Jazz here in this one?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
On the floor for Utah, getting going. Oh, my goodness!
Oh, yeah.
What a play!
You really can't let Simmons get going off of these dunks. I mean, his confidence just rises when he slams it down like that.
Pass to Porzingis. Back to Ball. The pass to LeVert. Pass to Plumlee. To the middle. Here's Craig. And it's Rudy Gay with the rebound.
I think he'll think twice about attempting that shot next time. The defense was right on top of him there.
Horford has a wide open look. Plumlee with the rebound. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the Bulls. They trail by 6. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. And the Jazz with possession here. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Outside, Horford. To the paint, here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
Boy, he's got such outstanding vision for a big guy, and he's a willing passer. He knows the importance of keeping the ball moving.
Passes it to LeVert. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Dennis Schroeder. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Jazz.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Gay outside. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Horford trying to free himself up.
Boy, Porzingis doing a nice job staying in position and then using his reach to block shots.
Craig kicks the ball. It's LeVert on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. And the layup's good off the glass. LeVert's got 8 points. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalries. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
It's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
And Plumlee kicks to Craig. Pass the ball. LeVert against Schroeder. Lets it go with a 3. Rebounded by the Jazz. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And Simmons slams it in.
Boy, never shy about getting to that rack. Simmons so aggressive playing downhill. Nice dunk there.
And the pass to Plumlee. Porzingis against Simmons. Left side, Ball. Back to Porzingis. And the shot is good. He has 5.
Really hard to guard Porzingis, especially when he's moving like this in the screen and roll.
Jazz leading by 6. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Horford. Ball against Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Horford. Gilgeous-Alexander trying to free himself up. And there's Horford. That's good on the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 4th assist in this one. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And here is ball. Lets it go from the wing. That shot off the mark. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basket. And last season, Ben Simmons making his first, I said first, three-pointer. And that should do.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. One guy who's been getting it done is Dennis Schroeder.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. So the Bulls 5 right now. Plumlee out there with Porzingis. Then it's Ball. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Craig in at the small forward. Here's Craig. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Shot clock at 6. Pass the ball. The 3. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. Ball's got the first points of the second half here for the Bulls. Schroeder outside. Here's Horford. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, it's so hard to stop Horford when he's that physical down low. Most defenders have a tough time dealing with it.
Outside, Porzingis. It's LeVert on the wing. He's guarded by Schroeder. LeVert against Schroeder. It's good, and the Jazz lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from LeVert.
You know, you can see the confidence level LeVert has by how often he hunts for his shot, especially from there.
Outside, Horford. Inside, Schroeder softly drops in the floater. That's 10 points for Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah, these defenders just looked a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Ball, the pass to Porzingis. Ball against Gilgeous-Alexander. Ball kicks to Plumlee. Passes to LeVert, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Plumlee.
I'm not sure whose fault that was, guys, but they need to get on the same page here.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. And that one's good. Schroeder. Schroeder's got the lead up to 9 now for Utah.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Simmons against Porzingis. 6 to shoot. Here's Ball. And no good. Simmons with the defensive effort.
And what a factor Ben Simmons is on the floor. He does so much for this team in every facet of the game. He's a triple-double threat whenever he suits up.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. And sometimes people forget just how young Ben Simmons is, Greg. This is just the beginning for him.
I mean, and that's what fans are missing about Simmons. His age. I mean, you can worry about his shot, but he has a long time to figure it out. He could end up having a Jason Kidd type of a career where he becomes a solid shooter later on.
Porzingis passes to LeVert. They need this. And it's blocked by Simmons.
Yeah, with great recognition, awareness, and body control, Simmons can get up for blocks.
We've got 1:08 left to play in the third. And with that, the Utah lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Ball. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. 10 points for him. Doubled by Plumlee. Here's Simmons. count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Right now, Simmons is a question with no answer, a tenacious scorer who finishes with muscle through contact.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the Bulls. Pass to Porzingis. Here's Craig, launches it, and again it's the Bulls from deep.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Utah leading by 10. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Schroeder. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Ball against Gilgeous-Alexander. Ball feeling it out a bit. There's the pass to Porzingis. Teardrop shot. Missed.
Simmons is very skilled on defense. He just knows where to be.
And so it's the Utah Jazz enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. Then there's Rudy Gay. Then there's Horford. And it's Simmons in at the power forwards position. Utah leading by 14. And there it is for them.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Ball, the pass to Porzingis. Here's LeVert. He's guarded by Schroeder. Schroeder against LeVert. That one, no good. Now the Jazz take it the other way. Schroeder looking over the floor. Here's Horford. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And the Jazz lead by 18. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. And we've seen more attention given to how fans, Greg, interact with players during the games, whether it's verbal or even physical. Is that something the league's got to keep an eye on?
Absolutely. It's all about making sure that everyone is protected and respected. You know, this is entertainment, right? This is not do or die from a life standpoint, and we don't want to have things escalate.
There's got to be some kind of barrier there. I agree. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Jazz.
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
LeVert against Schroeder. A nice shot by LeVert.
What a tough make that was by LeVert. Refused to be denied, and great concentration.
And the Jazz call time here. They lead by 18. 1:32 left in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Dennis Schroeder.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
On the road, in a tough atmosphere, he's taken on the role of star tonight. If one of their other players came up short, he picked up the slack to make sure they'll be walking out of here with a win.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Jazz.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Dennis Schroeder.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Fultz looking around. And here's Green outside. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency, huh? They could have done it much earlier, before the game was out of reach.
As Abuki dishes to Thomas. Niang kicks to Thomas. 6 on the shot clock. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Robertson can't hit. Here's Neto. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. A resounding victory for them. And